So I was like scrolling through stuff earlier, and the line, my cup runneth over, in a video that I watched popped out to me, and that's how I feel today. And I don't mean my coffee cup, just my heart, like the flow of love. I've finally allowed myself for myself, and what that opens up in receiving love in a way that doesn't matter how I thought I was open, I wasn't. For me, I don't remember date-wise. It was late September, but my house hunting in the Matrix video was pivotal for me, to fully just like reach out and say I need energy and just emotional support, to be vulnerable, to actually say exactly, what was going on in my moment, and, forgiving it as it was happening. And I just, that was a pivotal moment for me. It already feels like it was years ago. And, my State of Grace video, that was, I think it was just last week. It is a state that I've attained, that I'm holding on to, and that I really, really, truly would wish for everyone. And it is coming. It is there. I've always floated from, extreme bliss to boom, kind of crash. What goes up must come down. And it's like I've found a different type of balance within in these last few weeks, that it's like when I see myself and I know that I'm like, woo, going up there, I pull myself down just enough to make sure I don't plateau, hit fucking, ceiling, and have to get bounced back down. So there's an even flow that I've managed to reach and sustain. I don't know what the other words would be. It's like, instead of just having a bird's eye view perspective of myself that comes and goes, it's always there right now. And because I understand all the steps that I actually took, it didn't all just happen. It's easier to sustain it, to nurture it, than it used to be. Does that make sense? And those of you that I chat with, or that I'm in a discussion group, whatever you want to fucking call it, I put out that metal version of Let It Go from Frozen, and that feeling that we have, that we're all alone, we have to cage ourselves in to not show our power. It's not that we were doing wrong, and it's not that it wasn't the way it was meant to be. It's just time for something different now. Those were our survival modes to get here, And now those survival mode tactics need to evolve into something completely different. And that's, it's baby steps, it's aha moments, it's, hitting the wall and doing it again and then realizing, yeah, I've gone back into my cave and go back towards the fucking people and the light and like reach out. I remember reading an article once, I don't know the source or remember it, but saying that, this one on one, a soulmate, twin flame, whatever kind of love that we yearn for and search for and believe we're destined for, that it cannot be attained until we've reached complete sovereignty ourselves. And I completely believe that, and I have for a long time. But, but, until you've reached a certain notch on the ladder, like you think you're really high up, and that you've done so much work, and then, you kind of realize, like, wow, there was more. Yeah. And one of the things about that article that I had read is to what point, coming together with someone is two separate hearts. Whether they beat as one in cadence together, they're still two separate hearts. And that attaining the sovereignty within means that when you find that cadence with someone else, that you're still sharing it with the world. You're still sharing it with everyone as well. It doesn't become about, wanting someone just for yourself, to be ready to share that person as well. And that's part of the journey and the things that, people are like, why is it why certain things are taking so long. In reality, with the bird's eye view, it's everything's accelerated. So is it really taking long? And I can honestly say, if you are truly opening up your heart, being vulnerable, and sharing yourself within what is you that is guided to do, not everybody's going to be making a YouTube video. Some people is just different. It's not about comparing, but it's like it's already there, that love, because you're actually emitting it magnetically everywhere. And what's coming back is the cup runneth over feeling. I don't know. I'm not sure if that makes sense at all, but it's what poured out. It's how I roll. Thank you, Mellissa. My January 7th sister. Thank you. That was so cool what you did.